Hi, everyone. It's Coach Vicki, and welcome to another episode of Optimal Life Balance, where you take charge of your life, both personally and business, and learn to have fun along the way. Today, we're going to be talking about the strengths that you need to have integrity with yourself. We're going to go over 9 easy steps to check in on your integrity, where you fall into it, and what things you can work on. I also welcome you to join at the end of this. I'm going to welcome you to join my Facebook group where we're going to be posting about these over the next few weeks and hopefully give some interaction and things that we can work on. But today I want you to kind of really think is what is integrity first and how you can build integrity. Integrity first is what you value about yourself, your word to others as well as yourself. What are your values, your core of belief, and are you living up to that? And if you're not sure what they are or how to find your core values and beliefs to be integrity to, that is something we can work on as a coach and a client. And through your faith, you will be able to find it and think else, because once you find it and you live in it, you will start enjoying life more. But the first thing we're going to do is how to work on your personal growth, developing and effective ways to strengthen your integrity. When you grow as a person and you feel comfortable in who you are, then you have integrity. You don't feel like you're faking it or you're not authentic. So when you think of who you really are, what is your values? What is your belief system? And we want to work on thinking that, but then also putting it into practice, learning what it is, and then going through the steps to continue working on it daily and keeping it into ourselves. You want to also then be reliable. To be reliable is, if you don't cancel appointments, you say you're going to do something, do something. But that also means don't overpromise something that you don't want to do just to be happy or please other people, so that you feel that you can't do that because you're just pushing one more thing, because then you look more unintegrity because you're out of alignment of what you said you're going to do. And if you say you're going to be someplace at a time, you be there at that time, if not a few minutes early. Yes, things come up, life happens, car accidents, flat tire, things, whatever, or things can happen. But as a rule, you should keep your word on if you're going to be on time, or you're going to make a call at a certain time, or deliver something at a certain time, or do, because when you are integrated, true to what you say and be reliable, besides that, you make it that other people will trust in you. You learn to build that trust and confidence in yourself that you are worthy of people's trust because you can do what you say. Being honest with yourself. Before, like we were just saying, you say you can do something. Question, is it really something you want to do? Does it align into your purpose for doing something? Is it going to be self-motivating or self-honoring what you do? Because when you do something that is not in line with who you are, you're more likely to not stay integrity to yourself and what you say you're going to do, because it's not something you believe in. So you want to be self-aware of what your integrity is, what you're doing, where you are, and what you want to go through on that. And when we go those first three steps we went through, is it is all part of our mindset of thinking of, am I worthy? Is the biggest thing I think of in integrity people think is I'm not worthy of something, so they don't think they should be to do it. So you need to learn your core values that you are worthy. But when you do that, is remembering who you are doing it for. If you have a belief system that you shouldn't do something and somebody's asking you to do it and you just do it on spite, or you do it because you think you should and you don't want to let somebody down, but you're letting yourself down instead, that's worse. That's more out of integrity with yourself is worse than I think out of integrity with somebody else on there, because you're the one you have to answer to. And if you're out of integrity to what your belief and what your faith is and what God's put into you, then you are the one who's going to feel the disconnect, the gut missing pain of being out of integrity. Being gentle, but being honest. When we say, honesty, you think else, you always say, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. That almost goes with integrity. If, you're not going to lie, but you also need to be honest in what you say, but you also need to not specifically say something rude to offend somebody. That, if somebody asks you how their outfit looks on them, be honest and say, I like it on you, but you know what? The other one looks better. I think that one flatters you more. Not say like, this is ugly on you. What the heck are you ever thinking? You still need to be considerate to other people's thoughts, but in the same token, you want to be honest that if they ask your opinion, you're honest and keeping integrity to what to say to them. You don't want to lie, but you also don't want to say something that's going to hurt somebody's feelings just to do it. So when you think of integrity, we think of being honest in what we say and believe and think. We need to also be honest in how we say it and realize that people have feelings, because you wouldn't want somebody to say that to you. I went out to just out with a girlfriend about a week ago, and we were looking at some of these other girls that were out and how they were dressed. And not to be mean or anything else, but some of the dressing was not proper. And we said to each other, how can they do that? Anything else? How can they have friends who would tell them or not tell them that you really should maybe relook at that outfit or look at something else to represent you? That's not saying you have to be prim and proper, but there's a level of difference of integrity. But to me, and I said it to her, I said, I would hope you would say to me, you know what, Vic, that outfit is cute, but I don't think it looks the best on you, or let's see what else we can find into it in a way of being honest with me, but also being gentle and not being rude for it. When we live by our values every day on there, we also can live by, I'm trying to think, how do we want to say, we would live with our awareness of our values when we live every day with it. So when we live there, we feel comfortable with our day. We enjoy our day. We learn to know when we make decisions each day, what it entails. When our behaviors that we're doing align with our values. So, and it becomes natural. It's not like you should be forced to figuring out what your values are each day. It's something that in time, and it's not easy. In the beginning, sometimes it's not that easy to live by those core values, especially if you're not sure exactly what your core values are, or you haven't been true to them for so long to become true again to them. So you want to make those decisions of what you're doing and keeping those values in your everyday life. Our sixth thing is we be willing to say no. And we kind of touched base on this a little bit already. We don't always have to say yes to everything everybody says to do and just to make everybody else happy. You want to make sure that you are saying yes to things, because, again, when you say yes to something that's not in your values or in your beliefs or in what your core is, you are stepping out of integrity. on there. So integrity, and you're demonstrating no out of integrity because you will do something not completely. You will not do it to your best ability because it's not something you want to, or you don't, something you believe in. So it's okay to say no if it's something that you shouldn't be doing or something you don't want to do for that. But also to be confident, to be more confident in and be comfortable with yourself, so that when people look at you, they can see you're standing up stronger for your values and your beliefs and your integrity on it, and they will appreciate that more. They'll trust you more. They'll want to be with you more. They would want to do business with you more on it because you are confident in what you're saying, what you're doing, because you are staying true to who you are for that. So you want to stay comfortable with integrity, to be responsible, and to understand that it's okay, to be doing something and not have to press it onto somebody else. You want to keep it that if you're not feeling good, you are doing what you need to do. The more uncomfortable each day is, the more you're out of integrity, the more of it feels like a challenge, more you're struggling every day, the more you're not enjoying life, the more you're not enjoying what you're doing. So, and you have to go, and it goes in spurts and seasons and things, and certain time of the year, certain times of your life, you may think you're out of integrity, but that is one thing that once you find what your true value is, to me, it's God. And yes, I may not be perfect, and I know I'm not. God's the only one who is. But if I step out of that integrity of who I am, I call it out to myself and say, God, give me the strength to get back into the integrity of what you want me to do. Guide me through who you want me to be or what I'm supposed to be doing here. Am I not saying or doing what I should be doing? And if I'm not, please let me know so that I can move forward with it, and give me the ability to represent that integrity to others. Let me know that I am a good steward of yours, to be able to show that I'm keeping true to myself while I'm growing my business, while I'm finding the balance between work, life, and faith. While I'm doing all of that, make sure I stay true to who you called me to be and who you want me to be. The eighth thing is stop doing things that you shouldn't do. And those could be small little things, stealing pens from people from work or something, or, cutting in front of somebody on that, or taking something from somebody that on there, or not putting the kid money into the, say at work you have a fund for putting coffee and funds, put it in there, not contributing, but taking from it. Small things like that. Sometimes we think that's no big deal. It's not really anything. But if you can do the small things, how easy is it maybe to do the bigger things and not stay true to who you are on it? And we are all guilty of it at some point, at some level. And I'm not condemning, because I'd have to condemn myself at the same time. But I would hope that I would learn, and it wouldn't be something I consistently and ongoing do. There's probably things in my past, and I'm sure in everyone's, of those small little white lies or small little things that we might have done, that if we look back at, we're not very proud of, but we also should not condemn ourselves for it. God's given us grace and he forgives us. Forgive yourself for it and learn from it. Learn that I am now going to step into my integrity and keep my word, or not do those things that I feel put me out of integrity. 9 is be willing to stand up for something. Stand up for your values, for your opinions, for your faith, for what you believe in. If somebody else disagrees with you, stand up for what you believe. Don't have to get violent. You don't have to cause a commotion, but you also shouldn't back down and stop believing what you believe is your core just to satisfy them. But in the same token, you should voice what you believe in and what your opinion is and what you stand for and feel confident with it. Now, everyone has their opinions and everyone has their belief system. And my thing is I won't convince you that yours is wrong. Don't convince me that mine's wrong. I will let you know what mine is and what I stand for. And hopefully, if that's in alignment with you, then we can do business. If it's not, then we'll worry about what we do then. But when you stand up for something or someone who can't take care of themselves or doesn't have a voice, and you can be their voice, but stay within integrity with what you believe still. Life, if you live your life with integrity, it appears to be challenging sometimes, but you will live it more easier. You'll live it longer. You'll live it with more peace and grace and fun. You'll learn to enjoy what you're doing and realize that there is so much more to your life. When we think of integrity, like I said, we kind of went over 9 brief things of different ways, and a lot of it overlapped with each other. But the core value at the bottom is, what is your core value? In our system and our framework that we do, and part of my programs and stuff, it is finding what your value, what your hub, and what do you stand for, and how strong is that? What is your why that you're doing what you're doing, and how you are keeping to what you're doing as you grow. And that's the hard thing sometimes. Sometimes we can, we say this is what our values, this is what our core is, and we keep to it. But when we get moved up into success or into that other position at the work, we sometimes feel that we have to lose part of ourselves to fit the other position or do what is expected of us now. But our thing is learn to balance that. Is it always going to be easy? No, but you need to stand on those values and your integrity. And if it's the right people in your life, they'll respect you for that because you're respecting yourself for it. So when we think of integrity, remember, it's integrity to others. It's integrity to what you keep your word and what you're doing in your business, in your life, with your family on there. But the first place you have to keep integrity with is yourself. You and your God, or you and your purpose. You have to find what's your integrity. What are your core values? What do you want to stand for? What do you want to achieve? What legacy do you want to leave? And make sure you start living it. And as you live it, people will see it. When they see that integrity and see you living it, they will honor you and your integrity because they see it from you, and it may overflow to them. It may give them a reason to want to start looking for their own core value, their own faith, their own integrity on it, and you can be a person to help them. And as your coach, I would love to work with you through it. If that is one of your areas that you want to grow and get stronger in, we can definitely work, as that is part of your packaging of learning to work on that balance of work, life, faith, grow a business, and stay true to who yourself is through that. Setting up these systems of how to keep yourself integrity and systems for your business, how to know what is what and when to do where. Those are things that I'd love to share with you, and how to do all of this. I welcome you to join my Facebook group, which is for entrepreneurs of faith-based women, to learn to empower you to know how you are going to stand up for who you are while you grow. This next, like I said, few weeks, we're going to be hitting all these little tips. We're going to be getting you to think a little bit more about them. So if you wanted to go to it, please let me know and kind of find me on Facebook, and we will get you attached to join my group. I would love it. But if you want to talk one-on-one or see about how you can start that journey for yourself now, if that's something you want to do, let's please get together. But otherwise, I want you to realize it's not anything that's wrong, because I lost my integrity to myself when I lost my value to myself. When I didn't think I was worthy of doing stuff, I lost who I was, so I lost my integrity. And when I found my faith and started my journey and started believing in myself and then started coaching and helping people, I became truer to who I am for it and realized that I would love to help these people, but I need to stay where I believe still and be open to other people's, to what they believe is their beliefs. Once we find it, it's not that they're going to make you believe what I believe. We need to find what yours is, what your values, what your integrity, what your core is, and then help you stand up to that. Help you feel like you can do it for yourself. So with that being said, I'd love to see you again, and have a blessed and fun day. And thanks for everyone.